Ever wanted to know what Jupiter is actually like? Well, in today's video, you are going to find out 3 mind-blowing facts about this famously known huge planet and how it applies to the signs Sagittarius and Pisces. Join me in this series, Astronomy Meets Astrology. Hey there, Cosmic Warriors, and welcome back to another video. And if you are new here, my name is Hannah. I am a Western Practical Astrologer. And if you have not joined the Cosmic Warriors Club, what are you waiting for? Go to cosmicwarriorsclub.com. I hope to see you there. But before we do dive into today's video, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and click the bell. And if you are interested in any of my services, then you can visit my website, hannahselsewhere.com. There you can also find my practical astrology ebooks, guide, and merch. All the links will be in the description box down below. I do hope that you find this video to be helpful today. Let's do this. Alright, so just a quick reminder here, Jupiter rules both Sagittarius and Pisces within astrology, and so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at the parallels between Jupiter and these two signs. The first mind-blowing fact about Jupiter is, like I said at the very beginning, Jupiter is massive. In fact, Jupiter is the largest planet in our solar system. It's also the 5th planet from the sun, but get this, Jupiter is twice as big as all the other planets combined. Jupiter has dozens of moons and has a number of rings. They're just more faint in comparison to Saturn's famous rings. Jupiter's rings are actually made of dust, and the atmosphere of this planet is pretty cold. It's a very windy planet, okay? It's got very windy clouds of water and ammonia. I hope I'm saying that correctly. There are these swirls and stripes that appear on Jupiter, and its atmosphere is also made of hydrogen and helium. Keeping in mind the sun is made of these two natural gases as well. And here's something I did not know about until now. Jupiter has a great red spot on it. This is essentially a giant storm that is bigger than Earth. It's the largest known storm in our solar system. And this spot is recorded to be 22 degrees south of the equator, of which has lasted for at least 350 years, since it was first spotted in the 17th century. It was German amateur astrologer, I am going to butcher his name here, but it was the astrologer Samuel Heinrich Schwabe. Yes, he discovered the Great Red Spot. And apparently, Jupiter's Great Red Spot creates winds up to 268 miles per hour, which is equivalent to 432 kilometers per hour, about that. And when looking at one of the fastest recorded winds on Earth, a 231 miles per hour storm occurred in 1934 at the summit of Mount Washington. And it is said that a person cannot stand up in winds above about 75 miles per hour without needing support. So now that we have discussed all of this information, well, how does it perhaps connect with the signs Sagittarius and Pisces? Well, if we look at Sagittarius to begin with, this is a sign of great expansion, growth, and exaggeration. It's a sign that overshares, overindulges, overstimulates, is super eager, is idealistic. It's super creative with many opinions to share, with many projects going on. Go hard or go home, says Sagittarius. But even looking at Jupiter overall, Jupiter in the natal chart expands whatever it touches. It increases, so increasing the volume, increasing the amount of things, and also Jupiter improves. But then looking to Pisces, well, this sign is also pretty expansive, but in a much more emotional, empathetic, dreamy, and spiritual way. And get this, the fastest winds in our solar system occur on Neptune. Yes, the winds on Neptune can reach up to 1,600 miles per hour. Can you imagine? This planet has these huge spinning storms that could very well swallow the whole Earth. Naturally, we will be talking more about Neptune in the Neptune video, but the reason why I bring this up is that Neptune is the modern day ruler of Pisces. But bringing this back to Jupiter and Pisces, well, perhaps this highlights the hugeness of our emotions, how we can drown in our feelings, how we can become overwhelmed by our emotions. Of course, Pisces is this water sign pointing toward emotion and our inner world, but that Jupiter quality shows the increase of feeling, the increase of emotion. We can become swept away by our emotions, especially when they are not being regulated in a healthy or steady way. We can also become swept away by passion, by enthusiasm, by our eagerness. We can really overshare, overindulge. So looking at Sagittarius again, and Sagittarius is this fire sign, and it's geared toward creating, doing, and moving. Sagittarius shows the part of us that wants to roam and be free, and Pisces shows the part of us that wants to tap into something higher and much more spiritual, but also in a freeing and euphoric way. Both can be hopeful and optimistic. Through Sagittarius, we want to experience life, be adventurous, go after our aspirations. And then through Pisces, we want to experience something soulful and mystical. Both signs look at our higher meaning through religion, philosophy, or spirituality. But Sagittarius is the outward expression of these things, and then Pisces is the inward expression. Sagittarius can show up as us going to church, preaching the word to anyone who's willing to listen, or doing missionary work. And then Pisces can show up as going into solitude, praying, meditating, reflecting, practicing Reiki, pulling tarot cards, or reading our Holy Scripture. Sagittarius indicates further discovery and scientific truths, and then Pisces points toward symbolism and mythology. And this leads me on to the second mind-blowing fact about Jupiter, and that is that the ancients worshipped Jupiter like a god. Indeed, they worshipped it in all its glory. Now, in Greek mythology, Jupiter is associated with god Zeus. Zeus was the god of the heavens. He was the son of Cronus, aka Saturn, and Rhea, who was the second largest moon of Saturn. Now, Zeus later overthrew his father Cronus. Zeus had dominion of the heavens, Hades, aka Pluto, had dominion of the underworld, and then Poseidon, aka Neptune, had dominion of the seas. Zeus, Hades, and Poseidon were all brothers. Essentially, all offspring of Cronus here. But the thing about this too is Cronus was the son of Uranus, aka Uranus, and then also Gaia, aka the Earth, which we will get to more in the Uranus video. But this is super interesting to think that the Titans were born from Uranus and the Earth. So focusing on Jupiter / Zeus, Zeus was the king of the gods, and he was regarded as the sender of thunder and lightning, rain and winds. Zeus used the thunderbolt as a weapon. So That's interesting to think about when relating back to the storms on Jupiter, isn't it? So looking at those parallels. And it's also said that the Cyclopses gave Zeus the gift of lightning as a reward for releasing them. Cronus imprisoned his brothers and Zeus released them. Essentially, Zeus was the king of the gods. He was the god of the sky, weather, fate, law, justice, and moral conduct. And so when looking at this information, we can see the parallels between Jupiter and Sagittarius and Pisces. Because like I said, Sagittarius and Pisces are tied to things like religion, philosophy, and our higher meaning. And Jupiter in our natal chart indicates our beliefs, our morals, our code of ethics. It points towards symbolism, religion, philosophy, and scientific truth. Jupiter also highlights law and legal documents. It's often tied to the higher courts, to the judicial system, and also it's tied to international concerns, even touching on fate here. Jupiter points toward this concept. Is fate real? Are we destined for certain things? Is our fate sealed? Can we control the course of our lives? Really? Is there such thing as free will? Essentially, is our life predetermined? Such bigger questions are tied to Jupiter within our charts. Even thinking about past lives and karma. Of course, these are more so linked to Neptune and Pisces, but the Jupiter part of them highlights this questioning. Then again, Jupiter is also tied to luck as well. Good luck versus bad luck. Fortune versus unfortune. The whole saying of what goes around comes around. When we do a good deed, we get something good in return. But if we do a bad deed, something bad may come our way in return. And is it that we carry over certain debts from previous lives into this life? Yeah. These types of concepts and these questions are linked to Jupiter. Now, on the other hand, whilst Zeus was the god of law, justice, and moral conduct, he wasn't exactly the most moral figure. Then again, I guess the whole point of assessing what is right from wrong is what morality is all about. Still, Zeus was a huge cheater. He continuously cheated on his wife, Hera, aka the asteroid Juno, and he actually ate his first wife, Metis, because it was known that their second child would be more powerful than Zeus. And it was Athena, aka the asteroid Pallas, who was born from Zeus's head. Metis birthed Athena inside of Zeus and made her a helmet, a shield, and a spear. Then she grew inside his head, and god Theseus cut open his head with an axe because he couldn't bear it anymore. What an entrance. And apparently Athena defeated Ares, aka Mars, several times. But back to the point. Zeus, in many ways, was not the most moral figure. He committed many immoral acts that would make you question his authority. And so when applying this information to Sagittarius and Pisces, well, these signs can act in immoral ways as well. Even think about our beliefs, okay? How we can use our beliefs to justify our not so pleasant actions. Or we can choose to bury our heads in the sand and not address our poor behaviors. Then also consider how we can use our religion or our philosophical beliefs to preach at other people. We can act in morally superior ways where we virtue signal. We can become self-righteous. We believe that our way is the right way, and so anyone who disagrees is surely wrong. We can judge other people. And to think about it through a religious lens, of course, we are going to believe that our religion is the right religion. Still, we can turn away from other people's views and we may refuse to listen. And there can so often be this justification for why we do certain things. Perhaps we do this so we can cope better, or so we don't have to deal with our own actions and choices. Realizing you have messed up or you made a wrong decision, you made a mistake, requires a lot of humility. And Jupiter in our charts is far from humble. Then again, perhaps that humility can show up through our beliefs, through our faith. We can practice our faith in a way that shows patience and kindness and compassion toward others. Many people's religious and spiritual beliefs are important to them. Such things are also strongly tied to culture and people's ways of life. People want to be able to practice their faith in peace. See, when we look at it the other way, there can be times when we don't understand someone else's faith. We might tell them how wrong they are. And so we become the preacher. We become the virtue signaler that we might accuse others of being. Basically, Jupiter in the natal chart can point toward these types of themes. And the third mind-blowing fact about Jupiter, which is my favorite one, is Jupiter's magnetic field is 14 times larger than Earth's. Though another quick fact here is that Jupiter is the fastest spinning planet in our solar system. I just wanted to add that. Though before we do go any further with this one, it's first important to explain what a magnetic field is. And a magnetic field is an area around a magnet that has a magnetic force. And all magnets have a magnetic field. Magnetic objects are attracted to magnets. Now, some examples of magnetic substances include cobalt, nickel, iron, and stainless steel. Now, when looking at the Earth's magnetic field, it protects our planet from cosmic radiation. The inner and outer core of Earth is made of the metals iron and nickel. And like I said, these metals are magnetic substances. Now, the inner core is a huge solid metal ball, and then the outer core consists of a liquid form of the metals which flows around it. Now, the two cores spin and create magnetism. So try to visualize this massive magnet bar within Earth and then this fountain that is flowing out of the north and south poles of the magnet. And the thing about this is a compass uses the geomagnetic field to find directions. So now we understand Earth's magnetic field. Jupiter's magnetic field is 14 times larger. It has the largest and the strongest magnetic field in our solar system. And so when thinking about Jupiter in the natal chart, what does it do? Jupiter expands whatever it touches. It points to abundance, magnetism, growth, luck, but it's also looking at attraction here. So going back to what I was saying earlier, when we do good deeds, we might attract something good in return. I suppose you could say Jupiter shows up in our charts as a manifestation of our blessings, our goodwill, our good luck, looking at wealth as well. But it can also point toward being unfortunate and experiencing bad luck. Perhaps manifesting can also be tied to Jupiter. So the idea that thinking aspirational thoughts with purpose can make them a reality. Or the idea that we can attract amazing things to us when we believe or when we embody that very thing being in our lives. Personally, I question the validity of manifestation. I mean, I do have Jupiter in Virgo and I'm a very skeptical person. I'm skeptical about most things. Yet, it's my skepticism that makes me want to learn more and see what else I can find. But to a lot of people, manifesting is a very real experience. And I have noticed that heavy Jupiter-ruled people seem to talk about manifestation. And just even overall, they'll talk about whatever their beliefs are. You know, thinking about their philosophies, thinking about their morals, their principles. Yeah, I have noticed that Jupiter ruled people tend to live their lives according to their philosophies and their beliefs. Still, it's Jupiter in our charts that indicates this attractive and magnetic force. It's about adding to the area of life that it shows up in within your chart. And as Sagittarius points to this outward, open, and opinionated way of attracting abundance, Pisces points to the inward, spiritual, and allowing way of attracting abundance. Sagittarius wants to share and teach, and Pisces waits for their wisdom to be called upon. Sagittarius quests and forward plans. Pisces trusts and surrenders. And both have a fair understanding of the bigger picture. Let's even consider the 9th and 12th houses. So when looking at the 9th house, the house ruled by Sagittarius, this house shows the area of life where we expand our world view. We add to our life experiences, we learn higher educational subjects like going to university or college or trade school or deciding to take on some new program. It indicates our attitudes toward long distance travel, as well as the types of experiences we have whilst traveling. It's a house that gets us exploring and discovering more about ourselves, more about the world around us. Key word here being more. I want more opportunities. Maybe I'll take on another course, or I'll attend a new advanced training program to further develop my understanding of things. And there is this desire to share what we have discovered with others as well. And then looking at the 12th house, so the house Pisces rules, this house shows the area of life where we expand spiritually. We add to our spiritual life. We add to the person we are when no one else is watching. It's tied to how we are, how we act out of public view. Yeah, it's connected to our hidden selves, the parts of ourselves that we don't necessarily show. And it's also these same parts that can be subconscious, so that we can look here at subconscious motives and drives that can undermine us. These parts are associated with our self-undoing, our hidden weaknesses, but also our hidden talents. So through spiritual work, through deeper insight, so addressing what's going on within ourselves, we can use our weaknesses and turn them into something magical, further highlighting growth, expansion. And we can also come to realize within this house that it's often within the calm, within the silence, within the quiet, that we grow. Things like retreating, recharging, relaxing can all support us as we add to our life's experiences. Sleep is also necessary. Our dreams and visions can tell us something about our path, about our journey. So much can be discovered and brought to light through the mystery that comes from exploring the unknown. And we might even seek an altered state in which we have a positive or a negative experience. Essentially, these signs of Sagittarius and Pisces show up within your natal chart as manifestations of your relationship with something higher. They are tied to how you grow, flourish, and attract greatness. But at the same time, we ask the bigger questions, like, what does it mean to be fortunate and blessed? Really? After all, something you experience as a blessing might be somebody else's worst nightmare. Okay then, Cosmic Warriors, so that concludes my video talking about the 3 mind-blowing facts about Jupiter and how it applies to the signs Sagittarius and Pisces. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video to be helpful today. Did you learn something new? Did your perspective change? Do you have any fun facts to share with me? All references will be down below in the description box. Be sure to check them out and let me know your thoughts and your opinions on today's video. But with all that being said, Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And of course, if you would like to see more videos from myself and you have not yet subscribed, then make sure that you click that subscribe button and also give this video a like if you did like it today. And I will be back with another video very, very soon. Bye!